The COVID-19 pandemic had devastating impacts on industries across the country, and even worse on the people employed in them. One industry that was hit extremely hard was the beauty salon industry. Katy Grogan is a 27-year-old local hairstylist who lost her job at the height of the pandemic, and she said that this past year has been the most terrifying experience of her life.
So it was absolutely terrifying. You know, I was asking like my friends and stuff, hey, can you bring food when you come by? Like, do you have any toilet paper? Like, things were really, really scary.
Directly before the pandemic, Katy was going through a divorce which she paid for on her own, and when she found herself out of a job, it became increasingly hard to provide for herself. It had gotten so bad, she said that she was canceling doctor's appointments because she could not pay for them.
You know, I've never had to ask for help in my whole life. I've always been self-sufficient. I've been employed since I was 16. So this is the first time in my whole life that I ever had to be afraid of how I was going to make money.
Katy told me that for a while she was trying to find other forms of income, such as delivering food with Grubhub and Postmates, and she was even applying to retail stores such as Target, but ultimately it wasn't enough, and hairstyling was all that she's ever known. She's now working here and renting her own suite at Total Salon Studios on County Road 210. What helped her get to where she is today? She said it was her clients.
I love my clients so much because without them, you know, I wouldn't have been able to even get back. You know, it took me a while, but we're getting back to normal, and they brought me their friends and their families, and so it's really just a blessing that they have stood by me through all of this.
Clients offered to buy her new appliances for her home, pay for future services to make sure she had money in her pockets, and even to buy her groceries. Tomkunas has been a customer of hers for nearly a year, and he says he helps her in any way he can.
So I have 4 kids of my own, and Katy happens to be my oldest daughter's age. So when I see someone like her going through what she is in this rough patch, you know, I felt obligated to help. She's great at what she does. She's very kind, she's very sweet, and basically the best person I've ever had cut my hair. So I hated to see someone like that go through that, so we did what we could to help out.
Muro, another customer and local business owner, also worked to help Katy by showing her how to apply for small business loans from the federal government.
So as a small business owner, when I went through the PPP loan process for myself, I immediately thought of Katy, knowing that she needed some help and guidance, being that she was so young and so naive. We wanted to make sure that we reached out to her and told her what we did and how we got that loan to give her that little extra advantage.
While we all have our own struggles, it's always important to lend a hand to those in need. Tomkunas, inside Jacksonville. The North Florida Kart Club, or NFKC, located on 103rd Street, is considered to be an icon track in the world of motorsports. The track was built in 1959, the same year that Daytona International Speedway was built, and has featured both iconic races and drivers. I spoke with Jim Hindery, the track operations director, to learn why the NFKC is so iconic.
We've held World Karting Association events, international karting events, American kart racing events, Florida Cup Series during the winter. Just about every known sanctioning body, we've held their races here for 45 years.
Despite the history and amount of traffic that has come to this track, the NFKC is barely known to anyone in the surrounding areas. In fact, Hindery says that unless you have raced here or you have heard about the track from someone else, the chances are you've never heard about it. This is because the city of Jacksonville does not list NFKC on the official Parks and Rec website.
Well, I know for a fact it's not advertised on the Parks and Recreation website, and that's a very limiting factor for people to realize that there is a track. I can't tell you how many times I've been to the local store and say, oh yeah, I'm getting food for the go-kart track, and it's literally the Publix up the road a mile away. They don't even know about it.
What makes this track so unique and what draws racing organizations from across the globe is its one-of-a-kind design. The track features an 1,100-foot straightaway and 4 banked turns, making the NFKC one of the fastest karting tracks in the world. And while the people of Jacksonville might not know much about this place, racers from across the world still recall their time here. Hunter Fox is a student at Florida Atlantic University, but he is better known for his accomplishments behind the wheel. He is a 13-time champion with 84 career wins and has competed at every major track in the country, but he says that nothing quite compares to 103rd Street.
Probably my most memorable tracks, definitely Jacksonville. A lot of great memories there, a lot of great friends I've made there. My most memorable moment there was probably my first time there in 2013. That was my first state win. That win got me up to third in points to end the championship. And after that, I mean, the rest is history for there.
Fox also said that if more people were to go and see live races, NFKC would be far more popular.
Yeah, if people would go and watch, they would definitely grow in popularity. They would see the close racing, the bumper-to-bumper racing, and the last lap passes and the exciting finishes. They'd get hooked on it and want to actually either go and watch every time they have a race or just go and get involved themselves and go get their own go-kart.
Timothy Tomkunas. Inside Jacksonville.